Be showing you how to make this really cute dragon that I designed, and as you can see, it's a dragon here lying down or sleeping, whatever you want to call it. So let's get started. First, we're gonna make the arms. To make the arms is really simple. So as you can see here, I made these little arms black, and if you want, you can use your base color. I'm just gonna use black for now. So just grab one black band. Gonna loop it around 3 times, like so, and you're just gonna grab two base color bands. I'm gonna use like red this time, and I'm just gonna pull it on to the band, and then one end should be the band of the finger, and just gonna put it on like that, so it looks something like this. Now you're gonna take 2 of your other base color bands. You're gonna snap it on just like so. And it's gonna put this band onto the hook. So this should be arm. If you want, you can make your arm longer, but as you see here, the arm here is just short, a little bit shorter than the leg, and it's up to you. So I'm just gonna leave the arm like this, and you can have a instrument, like a holding instrument. You can put in your hook, or you can put a chopstick. I mean, not chopstick, sorry, a toothpick or loom. I'm just gonna put on the toothpick. It's a little bit easier, so like that. And now to make the leg, it's basically the same thing. It's gonna show you. So loop it around 3 times. Take 2 of your base color bands. Put onto your hook. Slide those 3 black bands onto the middle. Put the other side onto the hook. Gonna repeat. So just put 2 colored bands. Slide these ends here onto the hook. Slide this end there, and then put this end onto this side. And for the legs, obviously I'm just going to do this one more time. You can keep the legs this short if you want, but I'm just going to make it a little bit longer. So just slide it on there. Make sure you slide everything on. And like that. Now I'm just going to put it onto my holding instrument. Okay, so now you should go ahead and pause the video, and you are going to make two more of the same thing. So you're just gonna make one more arm and one more leg, and I'll see you when you've finished the arms and legs. It's time to make the tail. To make the tail, it's really simple. So first, you're gonna grab your hook. As you can see here, just gonna put the loom out of the way, and you're gonna grab one black band or whatever color band you're using for the spikes. You're gonna twist it around your loops 3 times to make 3 loops. Once you've done that, you're just going to grab 2 of your base color band. You're going to put these 3 loops onto it, and you're just going to take it off like so. So it should create something like this. Now you should go ahead and pause the video, and depending on how long you want your tail, you're going to make it on how long you want your tail. So as you can see here, I made 3, and this is the cap band. So it really depends how long you want it. So please pause the video now, and once you made the desired length, then unpause this video. See you then. So I'm assuming you're done how long you want your tail to be. So for me, I'm just gonna have 3, as you can see here. And now you're just gonna take your loom out here, and you're gonna grab one of these. You're gonna grab both sides and pull it a little bit, so you can attach it on like so. So you can just attach it on these 2 pegs. You're gonna take another one and do the same thing. You're just gonna make sure you're putting the bands all onto the peg. I'm just gonna do this one more time here. Just put it on. Okay, so now let's move on to the cap band. For the cap band, just take 2 of your base color bands and just put them over like that, and take 1 band here and make a cap band. You should have 3 bands. 3 loops, I mean. So now I'm just gonna go in here, gonna grab the bottom band, bottom 2, do the same thing here, grab the bottom 2, oops, and now I'm just gonna repeat. So you're gonna go in, grab the bottom 2, and put it, and one last time. So now that you've finished, it should look something like this. And just put your hook through these bands here, because it's unsecured, and you're just gonna pull it out. Once you pull it out, it should look something like this. Oops, make sure it's all on the loom. And if you want, you can put it on a holding instrument or whatever. I'm just gonna put it on a, oops, I don't know what that's doing there. Just gonna put it on this toothpick, another toothpick here, or you can put it on the loom. It's up to you. If you don't have a toothpick, you can go ahead and put it on the loom. Okay, so now that I've done that, we're gonna make the head now. To make the head, we're gonna start off our loom in this position, and we're gonna start off with the neck. So as you can see here, I didn't make the neck that long. I just made it 3 bands. So there's a base colored band, a black band, and base colored. So we're gonna start on this point, and we're gonna work our way up here. So I'm just gonna take 2 base colored bands and place them like that. And I want to do the same thing, but with black bands this time. So I'm gonna take 2 black bands, or if you don't want a stripe pattern, then you can just take your base colored bands. And you're gonna grab another 2 and put it like so. Now we're gonna open the head up. So to open the head, we're just gonna place 2 bands here and place another 2 here, as you can see, and also place one in the middle. Oh my gosh, one fell. Whoops. Okay, sorry guys about that. Okay, so now that you've done that, you're just gonna continue the process. So, gonna put the bands over here and do the same thing on this side, and continue one more time. So make sure you're also doing the middle band. And I'm gonna put it on this side and this side here. Okay, so now I've done that, we're gonna close the head off. And to close the head off, we're just simply gonna grab 2 bands and put it there. And we're gonna bring these 2 pegs onto the middle here, as you can see. So I'm gonna grab another 2 bands, place it and put it onto the middle. Whoops. And we're gonna take another 2 bands and place it from the left to the middle. Okay, so we're gonna add our eyes and nostrils now, and ears. Sorry, forgot about that. So to make the ears, it's really easy. Just gonna take one base color. You're gonna wrap it around 3 times, like that. And you're gonna take 2 of your base colored bands here, as you can see. I'm gonna attach. Gonna slide on this cap band here, and leave it hanging like this. Now you're gonna grab your inside of the ear. As you can see, I put an inside color, and that color is black for me. You can put whatever color you want, and when you put whatever color you chose, you're just gonna wrap it around here 3 times, like so. So once wrapped it around 3 times, you can go ahead and grab the side and put it onto the hook like that. Now you're just gonna grab another base colored band, and we're actually just gonna we're gonna double loop this, so like that. Basically you're just gonna like make a double cap band, and once you've done that, just gonna put it onto the hook and drag it on, drag all these pieces on. Make sure you're bringing all of it on, and the reason we've done that is just to make the ear a little bit tighter when you place it, and it should look something like this. Now we're just gonna bring our loom back. I'm just gonna place one side first, and then I'm gonna place the other side onto the band, because this is a little bit tight, so it can be a little bit hard. Just be slow and patient while doing this, and you'll be fine. So once you've done that, we're gonna have to do it again. So I'm just gonna show you again. Grab a base color band, twist it around 3 times, and once you've done that, you're just gonna grab 2 of your base colored bands, put it on your hook, and pull the cap band onto these 3 hooks. leave this side dangling. And now you're going to grab your inside color, mine's black. You're going to wrap it around 3 times. And pull this side over onto this. So it should look something like that. Now you're going to grab one base colored band. You're going to make a double band. So basically, you're just going to pull it, twist it, and put it onto itself. And you're just going to make sure you put your hook onto it carefully. And you're going to be careful when doing this, just going to slide all the bands over. Now I recommend just leaving this side here so it's easier to put it on. So I'm just going to turn this so it's easier for me to put it on. Just going to grab this side here. Put it on the peg. Shouldn't be that hard. Now this is a little bit harder. Oh. Just going to push it down a little bit. And put this side over here. So now that I've done that, it should look something like that. And now basically we're just gonna add the eyes and all the other parts. The eyes and nostrils is not that hard. So let's get started with the eyes. For the eyes, you're just gonna grab your eye color, mine's black. Just gonna wrap it around here 4 times. So 4 times. And push it down a little bit. And do that same thing to the other side. So grab a black, I'm grabbing a black band. And I'm gonna loop it around 4 times. Once you've done that, I'm just gonna grab your base colored band. As you can see, mine is orange, reddish. I'm just gonna make a triangle like that. And now for the nostrils, you can choose whether you want it to be something like this. This one didn't turn out as well as I thought, but maybe it'll turn out better if you do it. Or you can just go ahead and wrap the nostril color here 3 times, which is what I'm going to do. And do the same thing here, but that is if you want the nostrils to appear better. Or you can just put a black band like so, and it will turn out something like that. So I'm just going to stick with the first method. I'm just going to wrap this around 3 times. And do the same thing here. And I'm just gonna grab a band here and do, oops, snapped off. Make sure you're pushing the bands down along the way, because that can happen if you don't. So once you apply that, we're just gonna add a cap band here. So I'm gonna take the base colored band and twist it around 3 times. Now this might be a little tricky because of this, but just, you'll be able to do it, don't worry. Okay, 3 times. So now it should look something like this, and it's now time to start set up our head. We're gonna loop up these black cap bands up. So we're gonna loop these nostrils up here, so like so. Just gonna grab these bands here, and if you have a plastic hook, I don't recommend grabbing all of it at once because it might break. But anyway, we're gonna move on. So there are 4 bands here, and you have to be a little bit careful. If you have a metal hook, you can go ahead and grab all of it at once if you want. If you have a plastic hook, I do recommend grabbing a few at a time. And it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it really doesn't matter how many you grab at a time. It just matters what happens in the end. So as you see, mine just came off there. Just have to be careful. So sometimes maybe grabbing a few at a time is better. Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this back here. Now if that happens to you, all you have to do is just put the cap band back and the triangular band back here. And I'm just gonna grab like 2 at a time, or 3. So as you see, I grabbed 2 there. And I'm grabbing the next 2. I'm gonna grab 2. And 1 more. Okay, so those will be our eyes. Now we're gonna start looping. So first, we're gonna go on this cap band. We're gonna grab the top 2. So the top 2 for me is this band. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna grab those 2 bands there. I'm gonna loop it over onto here. Now don't worry too much about the nostrils. If you want, you can push it out a little bit. Next, you're just gonna go in the cap band, grab the next top 2, which mine is the left. So I'm just gonna loom it onto the left here, push down a little bit, and I'm gonna bring the middle one up. Okay, mine kind of came off. Whoops. If that happens, just go in the cap band, grab it back. It's not that hard. Now that I've done that, it should look something like this. I'm just gonna loop the middle all the way to the middle, as you can see here. So I'll just loop it up, the bottom two. Now you're gonna go in here, grab the bottom two, which should be the bands going forward, and loop it forward. Ugh, this band gets stuck. And you're just gonna grab the bottom two here and loop it onto the ear, normally. You're gonna do the same thing to this side. So go inside, grab the bottom two, loop it forward, and then go inside this horizontal band, grab the bottom two, loop it onto the ear. Just gonna, whoa, okay, don't know what happened there, but just go inside, grab the bottom two, loop it on there, and do the same thing to the left here. Now that I've done that, you're just gonna go under all these bands here. Gonna grab the bottom two. As you see, I grabbed one there. If you grab one, it's okay. Just go back in and grab this other one here. And it looks like one of my bands broke. That's okay. And we're just gonna finish this off really quickly here. Sorry you couldn't see that, I didn't know. So basically, you're just gonna loop all these bands, grab the bottom two, and put it on. And if one of your bands break, you can either put a new one or just leave it. I'm just gonna leave it, because you can't really see it anyway. And yeah. So now that we've done, it's time to take it off. So make sure this is an unsecured end. So make sure when you take it off, you're gonna put your hook through, your hook through, and you're just gonna take it off slowly. So be careful when taking this part off. It's a little bit fragile, and I'll see you when you took it off. Finish the head, and time to start the body. But if you would like to add wings, then go ahead and stay tuned. But if you do not want to add wings, you can click on the annotation to go straight to doing the head. I mean the body, sorry. So now I'm just gonna grab your loom, and we're gonna start making the wings. To make the wings, gonna grab your base color band, and you're gonna loop it from here to this peg here. And you're gonna continue this way up to here. So it's like horizontal, it's like a line, slanted line. So now I'm just gonna continue here once, and I'm gonna continue here as well, and here. So I'm just gonna extend this a little bit longer, and this one as well. So it should look something like this. And I'm just gonna make this a little bit longer because I want it to be slanted, as you can see. And it should look something like this. So now that you've done that, so we're gonna just add cap bands. So just grab a band and cap it around here 3 times. Gonna do the same thing here. So grab a band and then cap it around. Oh, my cap band came off. Oh gosh. Okay, wait. And once you've done that, we're just gonna do the same thing down here. I just need to do this cap band here. So once you add a cap band, we're just gonna add a horizontal band. And this horizontal band will go on these 3 pegs here. So just do like so, and we're also going to do the same thing over here. Push down a little bit. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to start looping. So first you're going to go under this cap band here. You're going to grab the bottom 2 and pull it. Now you're just going to continue. So grab bottom 2, make sure you're going under all the bands, and loop it here. Now I've done that, just continue this process. So go under, grab the bottom 2, and loop it over there. Now if you want, if this is too hard, then just push the bands down a little bit. Okay, so this is going to continue now. Just grab the bottom 2, go underneath, grab the bottom 2, loop it on, And then you're just gonna grab the bottom two here and loop it here. So now you've done that, I'm just gonna do the same thing here. So go underneath, grab the bottom two and loop it back onto itself. And I'm just going to loop this side here all the way down. So grab the bottom two, just gonna loop it there. And same thing here. It's gonna be a little bit tough as there's so many bands. So grab the bottom two, loop down to there. So it should look something like this. Now you've done that, just grab your hook and pull the bands out like so. And I'm just gonna start from the back here, but just pull the wings out slowly and try not to have any of the bands snap. I think one of mine just did. I'll double check later. Okay, so now that you've pulled it out, should look something like this kind of. So as you can see, there are 3 cap bands and it looks a little bit like wings. And now you're just gonna repeat this again and put it on the loom if you want. And just pause the video now to repeat it, and we're gonna get started with the body now. Okay, so let's get started. Now we're gonna start the body, so just grab 2 of your base color bands and put them here. Do the same thing to the other side. And for the middle, you're just gonna put 2 bands from here to here. Now that you've done that, we're just gonna continue along for a little bit. So just really simple. Just putting 2 bands along, remember, 2 bands. And in the middle as well. So now that we're just gonna stop here as we are going to add the legs on these 2 pegs. So as you can see, my arms and legs are on this holding instrument here. And now I'm just gonna take out the legs like here. I'm gonna put on my hook so it's easier to attach on to the loom. And you're basically just gonna pull it and put it onto the loom like that. And you can readjust it a little bit if you want. Now I'm just gonna take on my other leg and attach it to the other side. So I'm just gonna turn my loom around so it's a little bit easier and attach it like so. So it should look something like that. Now we're just gonna continue here, and we're just gonna finish this body off before adding the arms. And if you did do wings, we're just gonna add the wings as well. So you're gonna continue along here. This will be where we're gonna add the wings if you do have wings, and this will be where we're adding the arms. So we're just gonna finish off the body really quickly. Gonna continue the middle one more time here, and close in from the sides. So 2 bands, a little bit there, push down here a little bit, and they're just gonna continue here. Okay. So now you've done that, we're gonna add the arms. So I'm gonna put my arms on my hook so it's easier, and just attach it on here. Now that you've done that, just do that to the other side here. So we're gonna attach it there. Just getting my arm out, wait. Just gonna push down a little bit because easier, and if your bands are up, then just push them down so you can attach it easier. It should look something like that. So you can see the dragon forming. Now we're just gonna add the tail. So the tail is also really easy. Just gonna put your tail through your hook like that. Gonna push these bands down a little bit, and you're just gonna attach the tail to the end here. Make sure you're getting all the bands onto the tail. As you can see here, one of them didn't get attached. So make sure you're attaching all the bands. Now if you want, you can just put a finger through into the hole so that it's easier for you to attach, like so. And once you've done that, if you did add wings, all you have to do is add the wing. So just grab your wing and you're gonna attach it onto these two sides here. I'm gonna attach the wings now, and as you can see, the wings are attached here. So I'm just gonna pull. There are a lot of bands here, and actually I did forget to put the 2 bands here. So just take 2 bands if you haven't done this and attach all these loops on the wing onto the band, and it should look something like that. Now you just gotta attach it onto this dragon here. So just attach it on. Oops, one loop came off. Okay, so it looks something like that. Now I'm gonna attach the other wing. So now I'm just gonna get my other wing out. Wait, I need to look for it, sorry. Okay, found it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my other wing. I'm just gonna turn it on and make it easier. And once I grab my other wing, make sure it's the same direction. Not one direction. And I'm just gonna attach this wing onto middle here. Okay, so now I've done that, it should look something like this if you did add wings. And now we're gonna attach the head. So to attach the head, as you see, I have my head on my hook right now. Like there. And now I'm just gonna attach it on. So you're gonna have to pull this part here. This will be your cap band, and make sure you push this down and you're gonna attach it on. Make sure you do it on properly, like so. Okay, so it should look something like that. As you can see, it's already forming together. And now we're gonna start looming. So grab your hook and we're gonna start. Now to start, we're basically gonna go into this dragon head cap band and grab the top 2. So my top 2 are these bands here, and it might be a little bit hard to find them because there are quite a few bands, but I found it. Just gonna loop it on there. Gonna grab the next top 2, which is the one going to the right for me, and I took 1 band, so I have to take the other band. And you're gonna take your last band, last 2 bands, gonna loop it onto itself, back onto itself. Now you've done that, we're just gonna loop straight to the middle here, which is what I'm going to do. So just grab the bottom 2, just loop it over. Grab the bottom 2, loop it over, and grab the last 2 and loop it onto the tail. Push down on the end a little bit because these bands are gonna be looped. Now I'm gonna start looping on the side, so you're gonna grab the bottom 2 here. Gonna go in, grab the bottom 2. Now you gotta be a little bit careful because it might be a little bit tight. And push these wings down because they might bother you like they did for me. So you're just gonna go under, grab the bottom 2 again, slowly pull it, and attach it here. Gonna do the same thing, so grab the bottom, so go in, grab the bottom 2, and just gonna pull it all the way to the back here. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're almost there, guys, don't worry. So go in, grab the bottom 2, took 1 again. Oh my gosh. Okay, it snapped. That's okay, I'm just gonna continue. And grab the bottom 2 here, pull it, attach it here. And for the last one, you're just gonna grab the bottom 2 as well and slowly pull it. Don't want it to snap here. And like so. So now you've done that, I'm gonna add a slip knot here. So you're gonna grab one base color of your dragon. It's gonna grab it through all the bands, and to make a slip knot, you're just gonna grab the back band or the tightest if you want, and just simply pull it. Don't pull it too hard as it might break. And if you pull it, you should see that knot getting smaller and should create something like that. So now it's time to pull it off. Now you gotta be careful when pulling off because it might break, and make sure your loom looks like this before continuing. I'll see you when you have pulled it off the loom and it looks something like this. So now what you want to do is just push this out a little bit to make it more look more 3D. Oh, wrong way. Oh, wait, wrong way. So you're just gonna push it out a little bit, make it look more 3D. Gonna pull the arms out a little bit if you want, and the head should look fine. And this one didn't turn out as well as I thought, as it looks kind of awkward. So yeah, but it's okay. Still looks pretty cool. And the wings, you can just push them up a little bit so they look cooler. And you can just fix the legs a little bit if you want, if you think it's a little bit too flat or something. And there you go, your baby dragon lying down. Now what you can do with this slip knot is you can just attach it onto your tail if you want. Oh. Or what I did here is you can see this like a little line. I just attached it on these two back legs with the tail. So you can do that too if you want. Just grab the slip knot and put it onto all these tails here, as you can see. So it looks something like that. Or maybe what you could do is just attach it onto the wings, maybe. Haven't tried that yet, but if you want, you can attach it to the wings as well. Maybe make them stand. Okay, never mind. But if you really do want to make the wings stand, you can add a band here on the bottom so it will stand, and it might look something like this. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys, and if you do, please like, share, and subscribe. And I don't know what happened to the tail, I'll fix it later. Hopefully yours turned out awesome, and I hope to see you in my next video.